All right, kids, now how about we do some scripture readings from the Book of Mormon?
A great price. A great price.
Welcome, everyone, to the pod of great price.
Hola, señoras and señoritas.
The weekly show where we sit and we do everyone's favorite activity, which is
Reading.
Bible study, yo.
Well, technically not Bible study. You're right in the sense of the vibe of Bible study, but not the Bible specifically.
Vibe. Now, I've never Bible studied. So
nor have you Book of Mormon studied.
Nor have I Book of Mormon studied, nor have I studied at all.
That's evident. But I think that we are going to be turning over a new leaf, so to speak, a new plate of gold.
Well, if there is anything,
plate.
Yes, if there's anything in my 31 years on this earth right now, of this timeline, I have realized that plates should be made of gold, always.
Yep.
Whether it be the Ritz-Carlton or McDonald's, or even just
Bottom to top.
at home, top, everywhere. And I've realized that my eternal soul is definitely broken, which I'm cool with.
Okay.
I've always been cool with that. But you know, you and I spoke about the Book of Mormon for many, many years, and it sounds wild. I don't believe you on most of it. So now we're trying to prove just how wild some of this gets.
And it's been fun. We knocked out the first ep last time, chapter 1.
Yep.
And it kind of just Nephi. So basically, before we get into it, the premise. Basically, we should come up with some sort of tagline that we can like a log line that's really easy to say at the top of every episode. You know, we're 2 episodes in at this point, so I feel like we're moving and grooving. We're trying to figure things out. So
we're finding our feet.
Let's try something. Maybe we can come up with something. Well, what if we win? Thank you for listening to the Pod of Great Price. The only let's see, the Pod of Great Price, where I read the Book of Mormon to my friend. And then you go, Fraser McMinn.
Fraser McMinn.
Who's never read it before.
It's straight up, straight to the point.
All right, you want to do one take?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Thank you so much for listening to the Pod of Great Price, everybody. I'm Chris, reading the Book of Mormon for the first time to my friend,
Fraser McMinn.
Boom.
Boom.
That was great.
Straight in there. We got our names, right? So everyone knows us personally.
Yep. That's first and foremost.
When we get to the pearly gates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they know our names.
We're hoping to be at least in consideration to be on the list.
It would be nice. It would be nice to be like, you know, if for some reason, I mean, I don't even know why I'm using him as an example, but could you imagine if Brad Pitt wasn't allowed into heaven?
That'd be crazy.
Which we know is ridiculous. But let's ridiculous. Just say, for example, B Pitt couldn't make it in, and there's just his space is going. But I'll take it.
Sure.
Who else is going to take it?
On-call
fucking
entry.
Donald Trump? No.
You're like the seat fillers at the Oscars.
Yeah, that's exactly what I am.
Yeah.
I will be Brad. I will sit in bed on Brad Pitt's seat. His toilet seat, I bet it's nice and warm.
Well, and when people want to look at like concourses of angels, they don't want to see like empty seats in the crowd. You know, they want a packed out audience, or
it's true
concourse, I guess.
So you saying that the Oscars is much like going to church
or going
temple.
to heaven? Yeah, absolutely.
Or going to heaven, or going to heaven.
Yeah, yeah. So,
well. If I can just bring us up to speed a little bit. So in the first chapter, we found out that every book within the Book of Mormon is written by a person. These ones are written by the prophet Nephi. Is he a prophet?
Yes. So in the context of this story specifically, the prophet in this situation is Lehi, Nephi's dad.
Yeah.
But Nephi's the guy who's making the record of all of this stuff. And from the first chapter, we know that he was like, listen, my dad said a ton of stuff, like so much that I can't even write it all down, okay? Like that's how much stuff he had to
So
say.
we've gathered that so far the book of Nephi is basically him just sort of kind of getting down to brass tacks.
Getting down to brass
the stuff
plates,
his dad's saying.
so to speak.
The brass plates.
And we'll
getting down.
This is foreshadowing to something we'll be seeing in the next few chapters. But yes,
Well, I don't want to spoil a goddamn thing.
Oh,
I
my
shouldn't say
apologies.
goddamn thing. I should say Heavenly Father damn thing.
oh yes, okay. Praise be His name. All right.
Praise be.
So
I'm
we're
gonna get so
just
shocked.
about to leap into chapter 2 here.
Much like Joseph's.
I'm ready to rock and roll. Are you ready to rock and roll?
I am so ready to rock and roll. We got the family of 5.
The family of
We got the
five.
Papa Lehi. We got his wife. All right, I'm not looking. I'm going to try and remember all their names.
That's actually a great game.
Okay, right. Okay, we're going to do the... You can use this game on Game of Thrones.
Here's the question. Name the
Go.
5 members of the family.
Okay, so we got Papa Lehi.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we got Nephi.
Mm-hmm.
We had 2 older brothers, French older brothers, funnily enough. Voulez-vous causer avec moi ce soir?
Oui, oui, baguette.
Oui, oui, baguette, omelette du fromage. We had Laman.
Laman.
We have Laman, right? Lemuel Drive.
Lemuel Drive. Yeah, Emmanuel.
Yeah.
No, his
Emmanuel.
yeah, but okay, we'll count it. It's Lemuel.
And Sam.
Sam. Oh, there's 6.
Poor Sam.
Sorry. We said
Wait,
5.
no, and
There's
then
6.
and then the mama son.
The mama son.
The mama son. Was it like Sherry or something?
It is an S name.
It is an S name. Is it a made up Book of Mormon? Is it a Book of Mormon made up name?
Maybe. I don't know.
Shakira.
Nope, it's close to Shakira. It's Soraya.
Psoriasis. How did I forget? All right, okay. Psoriasis.
Yes. So Lehi is married to
The mortal
psoriasis.
enemy of Shakira.
The mortal enemy. Yeah, so Lehi is married to psoriasis and has 4 sons.
Cool.
Laman, Lemuel Drive, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Sam, and then our author.
Sam is an art author, Nephi. And yeah, I'm ready. I'm all caught up.
Cool. All right, let's dive right in. The Book of Mormon, first book of Nephi, chapter 2. Lehi takes his family into the wilderness by the Red Sea. They leave their property. Lehi offers a sacrifice to the Lord and teaches his sons to keep the commandments. Laman and Lemuel murmur against their father. Nephi is obedient and prays in faith. The Lord speaks to him, and he is chosen to rule over his brethren. About 600 BC.
Okay, so now we got time and place.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's 2 good coordinates right there.
We always
We've
have a date with these little like mini like scrolls before the episode, so to speak.
Yeah, that was it. The
It's the title scroll.
I was going to say the Spider-Man crawls. That one.
Yeah.
The title crawls. The Star Wars crawls. Basically telling us that we're on Tatooine. Shit's going down. Long time ago. Galaxy far, far away.
Bang, you got it.
By the Red Sea.
All right.
Okay. Right. And 2 older brothers being cool. Nephi. So far sounding like a little bitch out of the family right now. I'm just going to say it like...
What makes you say that? Before we get started.
Well, because it just even started saying Laman and Lemuel Drive murmuring against his dad. Now, again, these French guys, they're puffing cigs, okay? They're with beret.
they're wearing berets.
Yeah. They're smoking, and the father is just talking nonsense.
Our father is very
Listen to our father. We are going to drink our wine and smoke our cigarettes and Nephi is just going, wee papa.
Yes, he's going wee wee papa for sure. Okay, verse number 1. For behold, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto my father, yea, even in a dream, and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Lehi, because of the things which thou hast done, and because thou hast been faithful and declared unto this people the things which I commanded thee. Behold, they seek to take away thy life.
He had a dream.
He had a dream, and God said, do what I say, they're going to try and kill you. And it came to pass that the Lord commanded my father, even in a dream, that he should take his family and depart into the wilderness. So
now God in the dream is telling him, take the whole family, take everything you love, all your comforts, and fuck off.
Yep. Skip town. Boost. Skedaddle.
Skip town. Yeah.
Time to
Be
boogie-oogie.
people of the road, you know. Yeah, just, you know, go be nomads.
Get out there, man. Make
Get
it happen.
out there.
You know? Get out there.
You got
Make
so
something
much
of yourself.
so much to see. Come on, discover yourself, girl. Yeah. Just get really aggressive towards the end.
Yeah.
Instead of the yes, queen, just
And it came to pass that
go
he
out there and
was,
slay, you motherfucker.
and it came to pass that he was obedient unto the word of the Lord. Wherefore he did as the Lord commanded him. So he made it happen. Lehi goes for it. And it came to pass that he departed into the wilderness, and he left his house and the land of his inheritance, and his gold and his silver and his precious things, and took nothing with him, save it were his family and provisions and tents, and departed into the wilderness. So
Nothing.
they just got
Not even golden plates.
no sort
They
of
left their
golden
silver.
plates or anything like that. They were like, dude, leave all the stuff you got. Like
Everything.
everything.
Do they have pets? Do they have livestock?
Probably that's looped in with the provisions. I'm assuming they probably had some, you know, like feed
But they're
and
allowed
stuff
tents.
like that.
God was cool with tents.
Tents.
He's good with
Yep, gotta have
basics.
shelter, right?
You gotta have shelter.
So they got the basics. There's no easy bake oven coming with them. PS5, leave it.
Gone.
Yep.
Right. Okay, you're going to be drinking from the Red Sea. Salty.
Yep, it's going to be salty, so it doesn't matter. Leave everything you got. They didn't even bring like the George Foreman grill. You know,
Man.
they left that home.
Man. Okay, right. Just like Alone.
Just like
Alone 600 BC.
This is Alone 600 BC. Yeah.
Right. Okay, right. Now, for my fellow ADHDers, we have our scene.
Yes, perfect. But imagine it in the Middle East. And he came down by the borders near the shore of the Red Sea, and he traveled in the wilderness in the borders which are near the Red Sea. Okay. Oh, God damn it.
Do you want to?
Sorry.
Where was that? They needed that.
So I don't know if you were listening or not, but it's in the
kinda
borders
missed.
which are by the Red Sea.
In the borders that are by the Red Sea. Okay, that's okay. You told me that, so that's
Yeah. All right. And he did travel in the wilderness with his family, which consisted of my mother, Sariah, and my elder brothers, who were Laman, Lemuel, and Sam. So,
the dudes, the boys.
again, we're getting down to brass tacks. Here's who was that was who we had, right?
Again, establishing the characters.
If you don't know. And it
We
came
read
to
out a
pass-
whole chapter of that, but now we need to remind you.
Always reminding. Always reminding.
Always reminding.
Never, ever.
Never forget.
Don't ever get on a different page than what I'm talking about right now, okay?
If you think of anything that's not going on up here,
I need to paint such a clear picture for you that it's frustrating. And it came to pass that when he had traveled 3 days in the wilderness, he pitched his tent in a valley by the side of a river of water. And
Are we being that childish?
no, I mean,
I can't even hear pitch a tent.
all right. Well, now we
Oh,
already
God.
know, like, even like there's an inherent level of like sexuality happening that we've seen throughout this.
Yeah.
Right. Like how
Yeah,
Joseph was talking about how you could see the Moroni's bosom.
Yeah, he
Right.
did get really into that, didn't
Pretty
he?
detailed.
Pretty detailed.
Pretty
I'm
detailed.
happy for it.
Oh,
He
it's
did
great.
paint the picture in my head.
think
I've
it's
dreamt
rad.
of nothing but.
Yeah.
It's so rad. Dude, it's tight.
Very tight. Nice and tight. And it
Just
came
the
to
way I
pass, and it came to pass that he built an altar of stones and made an offering unto the Lord, and gave thanks unto the Lord our God. And it came to pass that he called the name of the river Laman, and it emptied into the Red Sea, and the valley was in the borders near the mouth thereof. So they showed up to a river. Lehi was like, "You know what this river's name is? Laman, firstborn son." Yep.
So
that
he
river's
rocks
named
up.
after you.
He can't think of anything. Is that just first? Everything he does.
I mean, maybe.
It's like
Well,
his first dog.
I would
his
say,
first.
I would say likely that body of water had a name before
Before it.
before he came
I'm
in
sure
and
it
then
did.
just declared it to be a different name. You know,
I can kind of understand, like, naming something after yourself. It's not cool, but I can kind of understand why, you know. But
yeah. So
to name it
Lehi-
after your son, who already is kind of resisting, because Laman, number one, right? The French, very Frenchman.
Yep.
As far as they don't really have much of a father-son relationship that I have witnessed so far at this point in the story. I don't know
So,
how they're close
without
they are.
any sort of context, there is this like, oh, Lehi is like really kind of a dope guy. Naming
Yeah.
bodies
Yeah.
of water after his.
He just talks a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
That's all we get.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So he's named a river after his son. Okay, cool, man. And then what? The next river they find that, you know, I'm sure then that's going to be called Lemuel Drive, and then
Hopefully.
and
down
then what?
the
He finds
line,
like a fucking mud puddle and calls that Sam.
calls it Sam, but then he can't
Yeah.
end on a bad note, so he comes to like a pristine lake and names it Nephi.
Oh, poor Sam, man.
Yeah. So yeah,
Let's find
Lehi
out what
comes
happens
in.
to
He
Sam.
really just like Gulf of America's this river, and yeah, so he names it Laman. And when my father saw the waters of the river emptied into the fountain of the Red Sea, he spake unto Laman, saying, "Oh that thou mightest, oh that thou mightest be like unto this river, continually running into the fountain of all righteousness." So that's the reason why he wanted to name the river after his older son or his oldest son.
So,
And he also spake
so
unto
he just
Lemuel.
wants to what does running into a fountain of all righteousness? Where's the fountain? There's a fountain by the Red Sea?
I mean, you can kind of think of it like this influx of water. That might be the way he's using that word. That's what I always kind of envisioned it as. Because I know that, like, when rivers flow into the sea, it's not like a fountain, you know? It's not like the,
Yeah.
you know, in Vegas.
But I don't know, even the Red Sea fountain just seems very, you know, shining-y.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I'm about it. Dude, we keep saying this. The Book of Mormon is metal as fuck.
It is pretty metal. It is pretty metal.
It is metal.
Yeah.
It's definitely metal.
Verse number 10. And he spake unto Lemuel, "O that thou mightest be like unto this valley, firm and steadfast, and immovable in keeping the commandments of the Lord." So you nailed it. You got it right. So the river is Laman, but the valley in which it is Lemuel. So,
Hey.
yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, so the next thing, Sam. Sam's going to be the next namesake.
Let's go ahead and take a look. Verse number 11. Now this he spake because of the stiff-neckedness of Laman and Lemuel.
The stiff-neckedness.
Stiff-neckedness.
What are you doing out there all stiff-necked like that?
That's a Scrabble word if I've ever seen one. That's great.
That is. Look at that.
That's awesome.
Stiff-neckedness.
For behold, they did murmur in many things against their father, because he was a visionary man, and he had led them out of the land of Jerusalem to leave the land of their inheritance, and their gold, and their silver, and their precious things, to perish in the wilderness. So again, to remind you what they left behind, right? Never
Yeah.
want to be unclear.
Never.
And this they said he had done because of the foolish imaginations of his heart. So you imagine Laman and Lemuel Drive just sitting there like, it is bullshit. And
It is a bullshit.
it is so dumb that he'll ask us leave to the land of our inheritance. And
What is he doing? No.
it's unbelievable. He makes us leave our gold and our silver. I love mehr-mehring.
I love mehr-mehring.
Yeah, mehr-mer.
Just smoking cigarettes going, mehr-mer.
Mehr-mer against my father.
Laman, do you want to go on mehr-mer?
This is the
Oui.
foolish imaginations of his heart.
I am very stiff and necked.
Oh, my neck is so stiff for all this mehr-mering.
All this mehr-mer gives me a stiff and necked.
It's basically just John Cleese atop the roof. And thus this Laman and Lemuel, you're messing me up now. And thus Laman and Lemuel, being the eldest, did murmur against their father. And they did murmur because they knew not the dealings of that God which had created them. So they didn't believe him. They think this guy is crazy, right? He's, he's seeing shit and he's acting on it, and that's not cool because look at how bad we have it. I don't care that that you named the river after me, Dad. And Lemuel's like,
How do
I
you
got a
prove love
valley.
more than that?
You called me like immovable and steadfast. Do you think I'm fat, Dad? Like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
You are grand.
Well,
You are grand and you are wet.
You
You
said
are
to me
wet
I was
white.
immovable and steadfast, and you kind of like did this thing, and you like puffed up your cheeks when you said it too, because you were like, yeah,
Yeah.
I see you
Like the
you
boulder.
You make horn noises when I walk sometimes.
Yeah, because you make the ground move, son. Because you're very strong. You're very strong. Where do you think all that strength comes from?
Yeah, I don't think
Your
you
fat
understand what I'm
ass.
saying here. Why would
I
you name
understand,
the
son.
big, steadfast, wide thing after me?
I'm not gonna lie. For a second, I kind of forgot your name, and I liked the name.
All right.
Sorry, firstborn.
All right. Neither did they believe that Jerusalem, that great city, could be destroyed according to the words of the prophets. And they were like unto the Jews who were at Jerusalem, who sought to take away the life of my father. So
That's not very nice.
yeah, wanted to make sure that since the Jews were not going to get in line, then they didn't want to be around when
They got a
Jerusalem
habit
gets
of
destroyed.
doing that.
Like Jerusalem's going to get destroyed. Like we can't be around when that happens. We gotta get out.
We gotta get out. You lot are fucking this up for the rest of us.
Yeah.
We gotta go be good.
Exactly.
We gotta go suffer. So God knows that we love Him.
Yeah, absolutely. Verse 14, and it came to pass that my father did speak unto them in the valley of Lemuel with power, being filled with the Spirit, until their frames did shake before him, and he did confound them, and they durst not utter against him. Wherefore they did as he commanded them.
Good.
So Lehi is like speaking with the fire and brimstone. He has the Spirit of the Lord inside of him.
Spirit of the Lord of the fire and
And
the
so
power.
Laman and Lemuel are so like overtaken by the power in which Lehi speaks that they're shaking and kind of convulsing and confounded.
They're cringing.
Yeah. And they durst not utter against him. So Fred Durst is there. And he's not talking. So
All right, something's going down.
Well,
if Fred
you can either
Durst is
take it-
breaking something or just talking.
well, either Fred Durst is there not speaking, or Fred Durst is there and he has udders.
I can so see Fred Durst with udders.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Take off that jersey.
Yeah. No, he's in. He's got him.
Or under the cap. Do you reckon? Do you reckon Fred Durst is the kind of cow to have udders on his belly or udders on his head?
Well, if he's...
I could see him with both. I know that a cow doesn't, but he always has the hat on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
But I could see them being there. But he is cow-like.
Cow-like.
It's not a. Yeah, but that's not an insult.
No.
Cows are strong.
Cows are strong.
Mighty.
Mighty. Steadfast.
Like the River Laman.
Like the Valley of Lemuel.
Like the Valley of Lemuel. I can't pronounce that name.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. All right, verse number 15. And my father dwelt in a tent. Verse number 16. Look. Before he forgot to mention, he needed to make sure to let you know that his father dwelt in a tent. Okay? That's where... If you're in the wilderness, where are you going to dwell?
Right. First off, what does dwelt mean?
Well,
and how do you do it in a tent?
Like a dwelling.
You go dwell.
Where do you dwell?
He dwelled in a tent.
Dwell is like where do you live? Like where do you reside? Dwelt.
Okay, right.
My father resided in a tent.
Okay, my next question. That's the entire of verse 15?
Yes. And my father dwelt in a tent. Oh, dude, you know what we need to do? We need to get matching tattoos, like scripture tattoos of 1 Nephi chapter 2, verse 15. Then people would look it up and be like, and my father dwelt in a tent? What?
Well, so you look really cool and spiritual when you're kind of going out and you're like flexing your tattoo and everyone looks like, oh, you're into scripture, like you're mystic. What could that possibly mean?
And
you're like,
too,
look it up.
What's going to happen is that you're going to see Mormons see that scripture on your tattoo or whatever, and they're going to be like, wait, no way, he's a Mormon who has a tattoo, and then you're going to start up a fun conversation. You're going to tell them. That's great. So yeah, you'll be able to spark up some fun conversations, and then what you can tell them is like, hey, yeah, if you ever are curious on what it's like to study the scriptures with me, listen to the Pond of Great Price. So.
But okay, right. So far it's just been like a verse. It's been 3-4 sentences. It's been like a little paragraph. Mm-hmm. There's a rhythm to it, and then then Laman and Lemuel were cool. Then my dad just was talking, and now we're suffering. World's going to lie. My dad's in a tent, and then we
it's like you got him. Like it's very stream of consciousness. Like he's like really going and like because he's mentioning a lot of things over and over again. It's like he's forgetting what he's saying, and I mean I don't think this is the case, but it sounds like he's making it up as he goes along.
No,
I don't think it's that, but people have said that, which is why people have said that.
You make me mehr-mehr, boy.
People have said that, and I just want I don't know how I feel about it. I don't want to blaspheme.
Absolutely not.
I won't blaspheme.
No, it's not happening. No, not on this podcast.
I don't want to be heretical.
Not on this Heavenly Father damn podcast.
You can't be heretical. You cannot be heretical.
But you can be hysterical.
Be hysterical, not heretical. The heretical hysterics of the Pot of Cream Price.
That's our motto. That's the tagline.
I'm the heretic. You're the hysterics.
So we got fathers dwelling in tents.
Yes, fathers dwelling in tents. And it came to pass.
Pitching tents, dwelling tents, man. We're outside.
Yes, we're outside. We're living in tents. Remember, we left all of our stuff. And it came to pass.
We're nothing to do but dwelt.
Nothing to do but dwelt. All right, number 16. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, being exceedingly young, nevertheless being large in stature, and also having great desires to know the mysteries of God, wherefore I did cry unto the Lord, and behold, he did visit me, and did soften my heart that I did believe all the words which had been spoken by my father. Wherefore I did not rebel against him like unto my brothers. So,
okay,
this is Nephi talking about himself. This is the first time that we kind of get like a visual of what Nephi kind of looks like. He's exceedingly young. He's like so young. He's like so young.
So young.
So young.
Dude,
Exceeding
young.
Much
Exceedingly.
similar. Nephi is as young as Moroni's robe was white. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. All right.
Super
So we got young, we got white.
We got young, we got white. But
We
says,
we got quite the Diddy party going on.
but he also says, nevertheless, being large in stature. So I'm young, but I got some meat on me. Okay.
That's a little bit of like Nephi, like he's trying to talk himself up.
I mean,
he's like,
I would say,
but I'm
I'm young.
I'm pretty stacked.
I'm young, but I'm
I'm
like pretty
fast.
big though.
I'm not pretty
And
big.
it makes sense because Nephi sounds like he's 8 years old right here. He's like, yeah, I'm young, but I'm like pretty big though. Like I'm a pretty big kid.
But
Like
a little scrappy do right now. I feel like we got a little scrappy do
got a
going on.
scrappy do. Nephi is scrappy do, and that
Nephi's a little fucking scrappy do, isn't he?
that's funny. All right. Yeah. So he wanted to know about the mysteries of God, and the Lord visited him and said, "Hey, yeah, no, it's gonna be all right. Believe your dad." And so I believe my dad, and I'm not gonna rebel against him like my brothers did. That's that sentence.
When it's laid out in front of you, that's simple.
Yeah.
You haven't got to like pay attention to the shit that he's saying.
No.
You just believe it.
Just believe it. Just believe it.
Just do it.
It's be fine.
Fucking do
Yeah,
it.
just go for it, dude. Why are you even wondering why? Number 17. 17. And I spake unto Sam, making known unto him the things which the Lord had manifested unto me by his Holy Spirit. And it came to pass that he believed in my words. So now we have a division.
Now we're spanking Sam.
Yeah, we're spanking Sam. Yes, spank unto Sam.
Nice.
So we have this division between the brothers now. Laman and Lemuel are murmuring against their dad, and Sam and Nephi believe him. So, split.
Okay. Right. So you're there. You're brother number 5. Which brothers are you hanging out with?
Well, Nephi is pretty young. Well, he is pretty big, though. You know what I mean? He's pretty big. He's a pretty big kid.
With the right training, that boy can go far.
Listen, once you get Nephi, given his genetics,
How could he be young, that young and big?
awesome, man. He's
Look at the
gonna be
stride
big
on
one
this
day.
boy.
Imagine when he gets older. Whew, man, he'll be able to run that ball. All right. 18. But behold, Laman and Lemuel would not hearken unto my words, and being grieved because of the hardness of their hearts, I cried unto the Lord for them. And it came to pass that the Lord spake unto me, saying, Blessed art thou, Nephi, because of thy faith, for thou hast sought me diligently with lowliness of heart. So,
So now Nephi is praying for his cool brothers.
he's concerned about their salvation, right? Like he
Well,
wants to make sure that
He shouldn't worry about that because those guys are having a great time, just murmuring.
I mean, yeah, they're smoking some, hand-rolled, skinny cigarettes. They got their berets on.
Yeah.
But
They got beret. He hasn't earned his beret yet. Nephi. It's not. It hasn't got that European.
yeah, it doesn't have that flavor. But Nephi is like, he's concerned about him. And then this is Nephi saying, this is what God said to me. So he's quoting God right here. Blessed art thou, Nephi. So he's
Speaking through him.
So yeah, he's saying, "Blessed art thou, Nephi." So Nephi is saying, "God said to me, I'm awesome." First and foremost.
And don't you ever forget it.
You know what God said to me? He said I was so cool, and
God said I can go to his birthday party.
want to know why? He said it's because of my faith, and because I sought Him diligently with lowliness of heart. So that's basically what he said. So
You guys. He's being a right stuck-up little prick, if I'm being honest with you.
let's go ahead and figure out exactly how much further he's willing to go on that track.
Being a little bitch.
Verse number 20.
Sorry, Mormon.
And inasmuch As ye shall keep my commandments, ye shall prosper, and shall be led to a land of promise. The promised land.
To the promised land?
The promised land. Yea, even a land which I have prepared for you. Yea, a land which is choice above all other lands.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the Lil Jon. If God is Lil Jon,
I need to get that on the soundboard.
yay!
Yay. Yeah.
Shall be led to a land of promise. Yea! Even a land which ye have prepared for you. Yea! A land which is choice above all other lands.
Yeah.
Verse 21, and inasmuch as thy brethren shall rebel against thee, they shall be cut off from the presence of the Lord. So God's saying, like, if you follow my commandments, you're going to prosper. And if you don't, like your brothers, then they're going to be cut off from my presence, dude. I'm not even going to come around.
If you rebel, I shall come down on you, young Skywalker.
That is very...
Stop having fun in my presence.
That is awesome.
Nephi is full dark side right now.
He is full dark side.
He's the one bringing up the rebel scum.
He is bringing up the rebel scum. The rebel scum being Laman and Lemuel Drive. So
I know what team I am. I'm Team Luke and Han.
Mm-hmm. And inasmuch as thy brother shall be, okay, be cut off from the presence of the Lord. Okay, verse 22, and inasmuch as thou shalt keep my commandments, thou shalt be made a ruler and a teacher over thy brethren. So not only do you prosper, you get to tell your brothers what to do.
What to do.
Okay. How sweet is that, dude? Okay.
Dude, that is, imagine, like, getting that authority from the Almighty himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, you have to listen to me.
Yeah.
Fucking, he told me.
Yeah.
And I have this to prove it.
Yeah. And he, like, that's the promise of something greater for doing what you're told. Boom.
Yeah.
Right there.
Boom.
That is obedience 101. Right? This is Pavlovian shit.
I can't believe I wasn't a Mormon sooner.
Exactly. Right?
Because I am now.
You are now. You are already. We haven't even got to Moroni in chapter 10 and the verse to kind of challenge and kind of bring it all together. We were not even at the end of the book. You were two chapters in, and you're already baptized, ready?
It was as soon as they were talking about dwelting in tents. Oh. I can imagine if you're out, like every word that has been said so far has been watertight.
Yeah, I would agree.
If I'm in a tent just off the mouth of the Red Sea, and I've just gone away from everything, my kids that won't stop fucking fighting, my wife that hasn't said a goddamn word in years, by the looks of it, I'm probably going to be dwelting in tents. So I can see the human emotion.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I see where your head's at, but humor me for the rest of the book in this podcast.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. All right. So yeah, this promise of something greater, if you do what you're told, is right there, and kind of sets it in stone, literally, with these plates. From when we remember the episode 0. For behold, this is verse 23. For behold, in that day that they shall rebel against me, I will curse them even with a sore curse, that they shall have no power over thy seed, except they shall rebel against me also.
For beyond in that day that they shall rebel against me, I will curse them even with a sore curse.
What's so funny is that the word rebel is highlighted here. Let's go ahead and just click into it just for a quick sec. They are those, this is from Job of the Old Testament to kind of like use the definition of rebel here. They are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. So basically, anyone who doesn't follow God's commandments. That's what they're referencing here. But what I love is that since it's highlighted, I know you and know that you saw the highlight, and the only reference in your brain that you wanted to access with the word rebel was the rebel scum.
Well, yeah, he's being a killjoy. Palpatine was a killjoy.
He was a killjoy.
Ewoks were just having fun, just having orgies, and just killing stormtroopers, playing helmets.
Yeah.
And, Big Dog has to come and ruin the fun.
Yeah.
Just because his dad's a bit boring.
That's
We're hitting some, we're getting to the heart of masculinity right here and the crisis that it's taken over our nation.
Absolutely.
Your nation. Actually, both our nations. Fuck it.
That's true. It's both of us. Verse 24. And if it so be that they rebel against me, they shall be a scourge unto thy seed, to stir them up in the ways of remembrance. And that is the end of the chapter.
Okay. Right. So, chapter 2. Nephi 1, chapter 2. Is that how it was done?
Yeah, I think you can safely say that. Basically, chapter 2 is Nephi saying, we left all of our stuff, and others didn't like it, and that's the way it goes. But keep in mind, I'm following what my dad said, and the Lord said that means that I'm cool, and I'm going to have to rule over them. So, sorry.
Yeah, so far... He's been a little bit of a bitch. If I'm being completely honest,
That's your honest
he's
take.
been a little bit.
That's your honest takeaway from how he's
It's my honest take. It's my honest take.
Okay.
I think Lehi, Papa Lehi, little bit of a absent father, possibly.
Okay.
I see a lot of the sons butting heads and him doing nothing about it, not sitting them down, making them have a
the
talk.
overcompensation of naming a river after one son and then a valley after the other.
He probably thought that was it after that. Like, he's a good dad. Look at that.
So.
Look at the naming scheme. I would name the nicest things I've seen after the nicest things. Wife doesn't get a mention. She said nothing. I don't know what she's up to. He's just dwelting in tents. Is she also dwelting in the tent? Do they share a tent? I picture him having a one-man tent.
I'm assuming that it's a larger tent, like a wall tent kind of situation,
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly.
Do you think the whole family is a shared family tent, or they got separate tents? Because in my head, I mean, Laman and Lemuel Miranda they're sharing a tent, smoking ciggies. Drinking wine, making their own wine probably, and maybe having a cuddle, but being cool.
Yeah,
just being kind of cool. Maybe lighting a fire.
Yeah.
Nephi. Do you know what? I picture Nephi. This is just from what I've got of him right now. I imagine he's still camping with his mum. I reckon he's sharing a tent with his mum because he's a little bit of a bitch. Your webcam's gone.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is it just me? I will talk directly to camera. I'm not sure if Chris is here right now.
I'm here.
So right now, we're talking Mormon. Now, on tonight's episode, we learned that the family they've left. They've gone. They got nothing. They're in tents. They're dwelting. And that's pretty much what we got. Look at my riffing.
Boom.
When Chris isn't here. What do you think I do? What do you think how do you think it feels to be my wife? Could you imagine? Fuck that. Imagine being married to me. Fucking. Man.
Oops, excuse me. Close to that mic there. My apologies.
That's okay. But yeah, good chapter. It was fun. I look forward to learning more.
Yeah,
seeing where the family goes.
There's a lot of really cool stuff that's about to happen, and this is how when people say, "Hey, when you watch Game of Thrones, it's going to be boring for the first 4 episodes," and you're going to be like, "Why am I watching this?" Yeah, there's so many names to keep track of, so many storylines, so many characters, and then it starts to get cooking, right? And then it starts to simmer, and we'll see if the trajectory of the Game of Thrones show matches the trajectory of the Book of Mormon, whether it's they pull a season 8 kind of situation at the end or not. But we'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell.
Time will tell. Time will tell. Well, this has been fun. I'm feeling pretty good. I take back what I said earlier about the fact that I'm a Mormon now.
Okay.
I'm gonna withhold my judgment. I got pretty excited about the whole tent thing.
Okay.
Being outdoors seems quite fun.
Sure.
You know, they're doing a whole alone thing. I'm not great outdoors. I'm not. I like camping. I like to think I can do more than I can, but I can't. I'm a drama kid.
Hey, that's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I just know how to look gorgeous.
Yeah. I'm the idea guy.
I'm more of a big picture kind of guy.
You're a big picture, dude. But
Yeah,
that
but
concludes-
you know, we got the groundwork. I like that I like that we do have a family of characters. We got the Simpsons. We got the Malcolm in the Middle family.
we have the 4 Turtle Brothers. We have the 4 Hobbits.
The French brothers. There are a lot
brothers.
of things right now, but it's meshing up a good picture in my
Yeah,
head.
no,
of
we're
all of them.
really-
because
we're
even
really
though we're dropping
concocting-
lots of them and we're saying that they're this and they're this, they're more a good mash of all of it. It's really forming in my mind. It's a very visionary book.
It truly is.
The Book of Mormon.
It truly is. But
Truly
that
is.
wraps up our second episode. If you like this, go ahead and follow us next time and tell all of the people that you've ever met in your entire life to listen to this. The world needs to
And
know.
tell them that you love them and give them a kiss on the lips.
A massive smooch from the Heretic and the Hysterics. Thank you so much for listening, folks, and we'll catch you next time.
On the flip.